So getting to God level. Once you're there, and you'll know if you're there by performing the test. But once you're there, you'll be able to look at your life and see into your future. You'll be able to predict the things that are going to happen. You can predict all the way down to the words that are going to be used by others when they interact with you. And you can utilize this God level to reform your future or to adjust as you move forward so that your future becomes what you have saw it to be, what you have seen it to be. So if you predict in your life you're going to have $10 million in the next 5 years because you done reach God level and you understand the words that people are speaking before they speak them, you know what they're going to do. You know how they're going to react, how they're going to act, when they're going to act. You know all these things plus more because you've reached God level. Then you can adjust on the fly to make sure that nothing ever gets out of the vision you see or saw for your future while you were at God level. So now that you're there and you're interacting with yourself in a more intimate manner, you're not just living, you're thinking about who you are as you're living. You're thinking about what you are, what you're made of. You're manipulating certain situations, every situation, to make sure that every situation works out for you. Some things you say, oh, I see that's coming. Yeah, it's a little iffy here, a little iffy there, but I ain't gonna mess with it because I already see what's gonna happen. And after playing the different scenarios over in my game throne, I've realized that this is the best scenario for the situation. These are the statements that you'll begin to say to yourself or think to yourself. These are the type words you will be feeding yourself once you hit God level. Now, I gave you a test, what test to take, but how do you study for the test? You study, the only study you can have is the study of yourself. That's the only way you get to God level. You have to study yourself. When you study yourself, you're going to find that you're studying the world, that you're studying personalities, you're studying characters and morals and laws and medicines, but this is all a study of you. See, medicinal books, spiritual books, the books that are written to perfect these things that steer you down a certain path where you have a left or a right, a yes or a no, a blue or a red pill to take. Let's say books like Science of Mind. What is it trying to do? Well, it's trying to perfect the mind of the reader, right? And it's trying to find the perfect mind. And it assists itself in the search. Those books that are meant to uplift you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, those books are the ideas of perfection in each one of those categories. And if you could take a book, the perfect book from either one of those categories and combine them, actually from all of those categories and combine them into one person, you would have the perfect person. if it shows you what a perfect being looks like, it's telling you that there is a perfect being. How does it tell you that? Well, it's showing you the picture of a perfect being. There had to be a perfect being in existence, or has to be a perfect being in existence, to be able to be the showcase for a perfect being, or at least the characteristics that make up a perfect being, which one characteristic would be supreme physical health. And so on and so on. With the mind, so you have your psychology. You have, for the spirit, your holy books. Supposedly they're all partial until they're placed together, then they're whole or holy. But when you reach God level, in order to get to God level, you have to do a study of yourself. And once you examine yourself completely and begin to bring those pieces in, once you start that process, you'll touch God level. Then you'll pull back some, but then you'll touch it again. And then you'll touch it again, you'll let it go, you'll touch it again, you'll let it go. Now, the ones who can touch it and hold on to it are the ones that can rule the world and all that's in it. And the one that would be creating parallel universes where it controls. And you must remember, your body is vibrating an energy that is touching an ocean of energy. And when your vibration touches this ocean of energy, it makes waves or ripples. I call it reverb. That reverb is a pure image of you. Every wave, ripple, or reverb gets bigger than what it was when it started at the source, ultimately becoming so large that the source can't see it any longer. When your actions make a dent in the waters of time, when it makes a droplet, when it drops in the water of time, it is magnified. It becomes larger. And that reverb or that ripple or that wave could not be maintained within the sphere of the original droplet. Look how big the ocean is. Can that ocean fit in the water, in that droplet of water that caused the ripple? Right. So every supreme action you take is taken in a parallel universe. And it goes on and on and on until it reaches universal physique, until it reaches the universal size. What I mean is the size of a universe. So you'll become a universe. Everything that you do is being multiplied over and over and over again. But it's larger, and so large that it can no longer be encapsulated with inside of the being that we call universe. And if you don't believe me, how did you get into your mother's womb? And what happened when you were in your mother's womb? You grew so large that you can no longer be encapsulated within your mother's womb. See, everything that's being done is what's supposed to be done in order for you to see who you are and then become who you are. You are a universe. But see, you're building your universe. One level of your universe may be all swishy swashy from the beginning, just rippled totally wrong. You dropped in the water in this different manner. And each ripple or wave or reverb is different until it gets to a point, then it balances itself out. But until it got to that point, other universes were created with all the confusion. So when it gets large enough to become a universe itself, it will have elements of that confusion. Yeah, it'll be a perfected being in the physical form of the universe, but it will not be perfect within because there were imperfections at the beginning of the creation of that universe. And this is what I mean by when you get to God level. When you get to God level, you'll understand which way to move and how to be dropped into the ocean of a work week, the ocean of a relationship, the ocean of parenthood, the ocean of childhood, the ocean of whatever. You'll know exactly how to act and react to what's going on because you'll already foresee it. Being that you can foresee it, there will be no major ripples in the creation of your multiverses or your parallel universes, which all culminate into one gigantic universe that absorbs everything from the initial creation.
Welcome to New World Religion.